Dear viewer, I have so many hours of beautiful, iconic views from our time in Korea. But I'm sorry, they're not in this video. No one who truly lives in a place remembers it for its monuments or skyscrapers. And after living there for 2 years, I have many strong memories in the city of Seoul. Usually Wilmarie and I do these together. But this time, I want to tell you a story.
That fearless chocolate bar is my husband, Ryan.
And that vivacious Puerto Rican is my wife, Wilmarie. And together we are
Humble Brag.
#relationship goals.
We left our jobs and sold everything we owned
To take a year-long honeymoon around the world.
Join us as we chase breathtaking views, delicious food, and inspiring cultures.
Without taking ourselves too seriously. Because
We are the not-so-serious couple. Let's go!
Are you lost?
Yeah, I'm really lost.
Do you know the name of this neighborhood?
It's, shoot.
So you know this is the neighborhood where you live, you can just not find your way around.
Nope. Like, there used to be this giant rotating, like, garage, and that used to be, like, my point of reference. It's just in 10 years, everything's changed so much. Holy, I found it. That's the rotating garage I was telling you about. That's it. That's how I found my way home that night. So I remember it has to be down here. And I think this might actually be it. Yep, this is it. So 12 years ago, I was like, I need something to do. I need to make some money. So I took a job here, right here in Seoul, Korea. My very first night by myself, I was in this apartment building. I was really homesick and really lost. So what I decided to do was to go out and find some food, find some groceries. I loaded myself up with groceries at the grocery store, and I tried to come back, but as you can tell, this entire neighborhood, all the buildings looked the same. I didn't speak any Korean, and I just wandered the neighborhood for hours. So that's one of the biggest stories in my book, which I published last year. You can buy it on Amazon. It is called Black Boys Blues, Funny Money. So this story specifically, it's a story of self-reliance, and that's why I loved it. That's why I love this place. That's why I have a lot of nostalgic feelings towards it, and why 12 years later, I can find this place, even though it took us a minute.
I am very excited to be here, seeing the places that you've been talking about for so long.
I know.
Like literally our entire relationship. I want you to show me more. Show me the school where you taught, show me where you went, the places you visited. I want to see everything.
All right, I'll show you. I'll show you everything I can remember. We'll see what I remember.
All right, let's see.
So this is the Lotte Mart that I went to in my comic book and left to disappear into the neighborhood, which is only 2 blocks away. It's really, really, really close. It's funny because I walked around in the store so many times. I feel like I should know the layout of it, but I don't. So this is a broken 6-pack of water, and I got a full 6-pack. This for like 6 hours. That was me that first night, just, where am I? Someone help me. This is a ton. I don't know why I bought that much. Ugh. Yeah. I was hungry for a taste of home, man. This is home. It's the closest they got here anyway. One of the few things that I did decide to get that was kind of Korean was ice cream. And it was this ice cream that was shaped like a fish and stuffed with bean paste, which is one of the few things about Korean food that I really liked at the time. They don't have it here, but I got the ice cream, got lost in the neighborhood, and by the time I got back, I was like, I'm gonna at least eat the ice cream, but it'd been like 6+ hours, so that thing was melted and gross. That was the grocery store, very core memory in my mind, but after the story ended, you know, I had to go to school, so let's do that. Let's walk the same path that I walked every morning for that first year I took the job, and let's see if my school's still there. It's crazy just walking through here because I remember this area so well. I can't even remember how many times I ate at these restaurants, always like getting Korean barbecue or coming down here with my friends who also lived in the apartment building with me, and we'd get beer. I spent a lot of time in this neighborhood. We've walked about 3/4 of a mile to my school. That's the elementary school, but I worked at the middle school right up the street. And that's where I spent my first year here in Seoul, teaching every single day. And it was a pretty magical time. I got to work with my best friend. All of my co-teachers were the nicest people. I mean, it was a dream. I was so lucky, even with all the kind of culture things that were completely and totally different. Here, I think they respect teachers a lot more. The entire society understands the importance of education, maybe a little too much. When I would leave school and go out to bars, people would buy me drinks. They say, thank you for making our country better. I think teaching was probably the best thing that happened to me in my life. Not only coming here got me out of my comfort zone, I found a love for teaching that carries on into every aspect of my entire life. And it made me a more worldly, wiser person. And it helped pay off my student loans too. So if you're ever thinking about teaching abroad, I can't recommend it enough because, damn, it made my life great.
So I remember when I first met Ryan online, one of the first things that I did, obviously, as most women should do, is to search him all over the internet. And I found on YouTube some of his videos teaching in Korea. And this is before meeting him in person. And I was like so inspired by it. I could see that he really, truly enjoyed what he was doing. He seemed very passionate about teaching. The kids looked like they were having such a fun time with him. And I don't know, knowing that he did that on his own, like moving across the world to such a different country, such a different culture, to teach kids, made me feel that he was like a really nice person. Do you remember those videos?
Yeah, those videos were from the other school, but I always had a good time teaching.
After we already were in a relationship, he was looking for a job, and I suggested that he should go back to teaching since he loved teaching so much in Korea. So he went ahead and applied to teach in Washington, D.C. And oh boy, I remember how hard that job was. Yeah, I remember the nightmares, the headaches. I remember going to the school a couple of times to help him around the classroom, and wow, that was rough.
Yeah, there were a lot of tears from parents, from me, from other teachers. It was a crying job.
Yeah, like you can totally tell these kids didn't have an easy life. You should be getting paid way better.
Yeah.
Because you're pretty much being like a counselor, a social worker, a mediator.
In addition to the actual real counselors, social workers, and mediators who were actually doing work 10 times harder than me too. Yeah.
So yeah, the image that I saw of him teaching here in Korea versus teaching in the States was completely different.
Yeah.
And that's kind of sad. That's kind of sad because I feel teachers do such an amazing job back in the States, and they don't get treated well at all.
No.
Not by the students, not by the administration. Like, it's a really hard job. Hats off to all the teachers out there. Thank you for what you do.
Hey there, it's Ryan again. After we left my old school, I tried to show Wilmarie around the nostalgia-soaked corners of the city that I remember most. But it's only as I'm editing this footage now that I realize something felt off. After visiting a local market, another location in my book, and getting lunch, I struggled to navigate the subway system. I mean, how could I get lost? I used to know the city like the back of my hand. When we finally made it to Olympic Park, another location in my book, we watched a beautiful sunset, but I couldn't help but notice the presence of the new Lotte World Tower looming over the horizon. The 123-floor skyscraper hadn't even begun construction when I was living there. It felt more than a little unsettling.
It's like a future dystopian movie. It's pretty bad.
We finished the night by heading to Gangnam, which was, you guessed it, also featured in my book. In my memories, this part of town was a crazy party district, well known for blasting K-pop from every corner. But the only open bar we could really find was a dark, secluded basement lounge on the edges of town.
Look, I'll be honest, I almost didn't release this video. Looking back on the footage, it just feels like I'm trying to recreate my old life in Seoul by visiting places I remember. But while I was trying to transfer myself to a place and time that no longer existed, Wilmarie was enjoying the city with fresh new eyes.
I've always been so curious every time he tells me all the stories about his single years in Korea. Did you ever think you would be here with your wife?
No, but I'm glad.
Thank you for showing me around.
I'm so happy I could.
I'm so glad I got to see a lot of the things that you did while you were living here.
Yeah.
Yeah, walking around the same places, getting to see through your eyes.
Yeah, this is pretty much how life was. I wish Gangnam was a little bit more crazy because it can get wild out here. But
well, it's Monday.
We have so many places I have left to take you. We still need to see the palace. There's still the stream.
Oh yeah, the Han River.
The Han River. There's still like the markets. There's so much stuff left to do.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, we're gonna be filming all of it, but this was nice. This felt like a good coming home.
Aw, that's so nice. I'm glad I enjoyed it too. So make sure you subscribe to see the rest of Korea with us.
Yeah, we got a lot more touristy stuff. No more my nostalgia.
All right, see ya.
Peace. We just finished recording and I found the ice cream. That's it right there. Little fishy fish. Here's what I was supposed to get in the comic, but it was like a squishy, messed up mess by the time I ate it. So